So today we're going to be talking about the Roxio Gamecapture HD Pro. This video is specifically going to target how to capture gameplay on your PC. It's primarily a console gameplay capture device, but you can also use it with your PC, and I'm going to show you how today. But if you've been keeping up with the YouTube channel, I've been posting a few videos from this, some 720p and 1080p gameplay, and as you can see from those, if you take a look if you haven't seen them already, but as you can see from those, I mean, it's pretty solid quality. You got some great visuals, and the sounds comes through really nice as well. But to do this, you're going to need the Roxio Gamecapture HD Pro, of course. You're going to need the USB cable that goes with it, and you'll need 2 HDMI cords, possibly only one depending on how you want to set it up, and you'll need a source to output your gameplay to. I recommend a TV or maybe a secondary monitor, and I'll kind of explain why more as we come to that. And then you'll also need a graphics card that outputs to HDMI. So you're probably thinking, why would I use this as opposed to something like Fraps? Fraps, you just start it up, you start your game, you push a button, and you're recording. This you'll have to plug in and all that, unless you leave it set up all the time. So, to me, there are two main reasons that I prefer something like this over Fraps. First up is the file size. When I'm looking to record, I'm looking to record at max quality, and I'm looking to record 45 minutes to an hour of game footage, most likely. I'm looking to actually put that footage together into a preview or a review or whatever. So for me, it's the file sizes on that just get to be enormous, and that's not something I really want to go back and try to convert to a format I can use and all that. So that's the first thing for me. The second thing is that some games like say a Battlefield 3, that's going to really push my PC. It's not. I have a pretty good PC as well, but it's still going to push my PC, and so I don't want to be losing frames when I'm trying to play online and trying to record at the same time because my Fraps is running in the background. So the the nice thing here is, since you're using the card to capture, you're actually taking that processing power that went to Fraps and actually able to use that in the game instead. I'm sure there is a slight frame hit still because you're still recording to your hard drive, but it's going to be much less noticeable than it would be in Fraps. So as you can see here, we have a Roxio Gamecapture HD Pro. We have an input for HDMI component. We have the output for HDMI component. And you will take the cord from your graphics card and plug it into the input, and take the cord from your output to whatever source you want to play it on, like your secondary monitor or TV. And that part, like I said, is not absolutely necessary. It's just the easiest way I found to get audio in particular out, because the method we're going to use actually will allow you to play on your normal monitors. Not an issue playing on your monitor itself. It's just the audio does not come through right. So as you can see here, this is the software that actually is that comes with the capture card. This is capture software. You'll have to ignore the little blinking screen. I wanted to capture it in the software itself, so you can kind of see how it all works out. So whether or not you're using a secondary monitor, you're going to want to come into your sound options, specifically your playback settings, and you're going to want to change the primary sound output to demo, TD, whatever the numbers are there. And you want to set that to default sound output, because that is how you're actually going to get the sound from the to the capture device from the HDMI cable. And to go along with that, you're also going to want to come into your multiple monitor setup and have your primary monitor and your demo. You'll also see a demo TDA there as well, and you'll want to set that as your secondary monitor. And I would recommend duplicating the displays. You could mess around and get it to work with extending the desktop, but honestly, then you have to set the demo as your primary, because most of the time your game's not going to play in the primary, and you'd have to get that running, and it can be a mess depending on how it all works out. The Windows 7 does not like resolution changes like that. But as long as you've got that set up that way, you can set the resolution of the demo TDA to whatever you like. I have it both on set on 1080p because that's my default monitor resolution. And so as long as you've got this set up and that set up, you'll be getting video and audio out to your device. You'll notice, here in the background, you can obviously see what I'm working on here. So after you've done that, you are, like I say, you are going to need a secondary output because the sound is no longer being played out of your speakers. If you have a software like virtual audio cable, you could probably run the sound through two different outputs there. But if you're like me and you don't have the software and you don't really want to buy the software and all that, then this is going to be your best option, is to actually run a second HDMI cable out to a TV or a secondary monitor or something, just as long as you have something there that can get you sound. But I've actually been using this to play, not even capturing, but just to run an HDMI cable over to my TV, and that's how I've been playing Dishonored, is actually off my TV with a Bluetooth remote. And so that's been, and that's the way I was capturing the other day as well. It works out really well. And just make sure you have the sound set up correctly. Otherwise, you'll do what happened with my first video, and you won't have any sound. I have tried running audio out via the component audio, and it kind of works, but it's really, really garbled and it's really staticky. You can't really tell what the sound is coming out of your speakers. So, if you don't need the audio, not a big deal. But if you need the audio, then you are going to need to have something else to output to that's going to take HDMI in and allow you to stream audio. But that's essentially it. It's as simple as that. As long as you've got this set up correctly with the monitors and the sound and everything, then you should be able to record and do just fine. Obviously, if you have any questions or want some more detail about something, just let me know and I will see what I can do.